Welcome to Cobwebs and Cords. My name is Jan, and today I am happy to bring to you my complete review of Millenia Tea. I had this tea mailed to me and it was packed in dry ice, and I did an unboxing of that video, so if you haven't checked that out, I'll link that up above and feel free to start there. But if you're just interested in what the tea is, let's just dive right in. Okay, so this tea is frozen. I've tested it out for at least a couple weeks now, trying it different ways so that I could actually tell you my honest opinion and not just my first reaction. Although I will maybe show you what my first reaction was now, which was when I opened it up. So let's cut to that. There's a pull tab. Close easily. Oh my god. I've never experienced this before. It's very, let me just too excited. Look. Like, smell that. It's frozen, but like, I don't know. This would be as fresh as you could get. It's like if the color green could taste. I have never actually just eaten a tea leaf like that. That was interesting. This is amazing. Okay, let's get going. Yeah, so I couldn't believe it either. I actually ate a tea leaf. It's just, this tea is amazing. So, I mean, I guess you could stop watching there and run out and buy it, but if you want to understand, and I had people ask me some questions about the tea, and I'm able to answer those now. So they sell two different types. One is green tea and one is what they call purple tea leaves. Millenia Tea is a New Brunswick, Canada company that decided that it must be a different or a better way to serve up tea and allow us that are not around a tea farm to actually enjoy fresh tea. So typically when we think of tea, we have the different types of tea, white, yellow, green, oolong, black, and pu'er. Tea is all from the same plant, the Camellia sinensis plant. It's just put into a different category based on when it was picked off of the bush and what happened to it after that and how it was actually processed. And usually the processing is a lot of drying, and Millenia Tea states that, let's just actually read what Millenia Tea states. So this here pamphlet came with the tea, and it says that it's 100% pesticide free, farmer direct fresh tea leaves. Now their tea is from Kenya, and it's hand-picked, washed, and flash frozen right there. And yes, so the biggest question is, why fresh leaves? And Millenia Tea states antioxidants are highest in tea leaves in the hours immediately after they are picked. They drop off with exposure to heat, light, and air, which interestingly is how conventional teas are processed. By flash freezing our tea leaves when they are fresh and most nutrient rich, we maximize the antioxidants and associated health benefits. One powerhouse antioxidant in particular we preserve is called the EGCG, and I am not going to pronounce that. They say that the EGCG is 100 times more effective than vitamin C and 25% more effective than vitamin E at protecting cells' DNA from damage by free radicals, which, unless neutralized by antioxidants, can lead to health problems. And they quote that from a University of Kansas study. So they say the antioxidant levels baseline green tea from the same leaves. So Millenia Tea, steeped loose leaf, is 5 times more of the EGCG antioxidants. Millenia Tea, macerated in a blender, which I'm going to show you, is 15 times more ECGC antioxidants. And the results, they say, are from a third-party independent bioscience research facility. Whew. So, with that being said, I think the first thing to do is to actually show you what these look like. So we have some tea leaves in here. Now let's add some water. And this should be 90-degree water. And we're going to let that steep for 6 to 8 minutes. This is what most people are used to, is seeing the tea leaves being steeped. Now, typically, if you wanted to ingest the whole tea leaf, you would be looking at matcha. And matcha is a green tea that is then crumbled up into a fine powder, and you mix that with hot water and you actually end up ingesting the whole tea. So the way that they're doing it, or they're recommending to do it, is to add these tea leaves right to a blender, add 80-degree temperatured water to it. Let's see if I can move this out of the way. So here goes, see you in a minute. So that looks pretty good. It's vibrant green. Well, no, I wouldn't say that's vibrant green. I would say it's a bizarre looking green, but it's okay. You can still see a little bit of fine powder. So they do say that you can strain that off. However, I've been testing it and I don't mind the little particles. But if you do mind the little particles, you would drain that off. Another way you can do it is in the blender, and you put it in with your smoothie, and it is wonderful. It's kind of like the spinach trick. You're getting so much nutrients, but you don't even taste it. So let me pour this into a glass, and looks like this tea is ready as well. Okay, and there we have it. So this is the purple tea steeped regularly, and this is the green tea completely macerated in the blender. Let's give these a taste test, and then I'm going to answer everybody's questions that were sent in. So, purple tea. I adore this purple tea. It has like a light floral hint to the back of it, like a sweetness, not a floral, I wouldn't say floral, has a bit of a sweetness to it. And it has a nice fragrance. It is delicious. It is definitely, Jeanette and I, one of our favorites. Now we have the macerated blended green tea leaves. So basically I'm ingesting the whole tea leaf by doing this. It smells like a light green tea, which is shocking because that's all tea leaves. It's very rich in the flavor, I guess. It's not a bad flavor at all. And like I said, this is without it being strained off, which I like because I want to get everything, all of those goodnesses. So, yummy, 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 yummy. But the purple Purple's pretty amazing. If you could only purchase one, I would definitely say go for the purple one. It is amazing. And we did have some questions, and I am happy to answer them. First question up, why would tea need to be frozen? And this comes to us from Anne. Thank you, Anne, very much for asking this question. Tea needs to be frozen to be able to keep those antioxidants. So if you didn't freeze the tea, then it would start its drying process and it's gonna dry out. And by drying it out, it's going to lose some of its antioxidants. So the reason why, I guess, tea doesn't need to be frozen, you can still drink it the typical way, but why we would want to consider this frozen tea is because it's like flash frozen right from the market and you're getting it. So it's kind of like if you think of a grape, you know, if you didn't do anything to stabilize the grape in shipment, it's going to start to, you know, become a raisin. I don't know. The tea is frozen to keep all of its stuff together. Thank you for that question, Anne. Next question comes to us from Janet, who is actually my mom. Hi, Mom. What is so special about the tea that it wasn't available locally? So her question really is, why did I have it sent to me frozen? Now, this is an interesting question in that I did try to pick it up locally, or at least somewhat locally. I drove an hour to the nearest city. On Millenia's website, they stated that there was 2 places that I could purchase it in stores. The one store was closed the day that I went down for the morning. The other store was open, so I made a special route to get to this other store. I went in and unfortunately they didn't have any. I asked to speak with somebody and showed them on the website that it said that it would be at this store, and they said, no, we've never heard of that before. So I don't know if Millenia was getting a little ahead of themselves in posting on their website. They should have maybe said coming soon or something like that. So that was a little disappointing. However, since then, I then came home and I ordered it online and I paid the additional for shipping, which it was $28 Canadian to have it shipped to me. And so I was a little disappointed that I had to pay that shipping fee when I thought I was going to be able to get it somewhat locally. However, since then I have noticed that it is in one of the stores in the city that is on their website, and that's the World Tea House. So they have a little freezer there and you can grab it there. I've also noticed that Millennia Tea has been really pushing to get their products out there. So I don't think that you're going to have it delivered to you if you did want to try it out. You should be able to find it somewhere locally. Now we have a lovely question from Tim. Why did you turn your back on our sovereign king Cole? Oh, Tim. I was shocked to learn. I did a little bit of research on King Cole. I like finding different things out, and it's interesting to find out that King Cole is actually a New Brunswick company as well. Of course, they would have their tea brought in, but yeah, and Millennia Tea is a New Brunswick company as well. All I will say to that, Tim, is everybody has different taste buds, and long live the Queen. Next question we have up, again from Tim. What a little jokester. Didn't think I was going to answer these, did you? But I am. How do you hang it on a clothesline so you can get a couple more cups out of it? Great question, Tim. You can re-steep tea. So basically these leaves here, I wouldn't just steep them once. I would steep them 2-3 times for a regular tea. For this tea, I've noticed that I'm able to steep it 5, 6, 7, 8 times. Maybe I'll do another video on how well it re-steeps. I have also been experimenting with drying these tea leaves out on some paper towel, and I'm happy to bring those to you as well. Typically, you want to re-steep your leaves within the hour. So you would steep them, have your cup of tea, re-steep them within the hour, and you should be good. So no hanging them on the clothesline, Tim. Another question that we have from Tim. Thank you for your questions. Really appreciate them, Tim. I really do. Can we grow tea plants here? And I mean, you know, can you? Yes. I'm going to say yes. You can do whatever you want. You just need to set up the right conditions for it. So the biggest thing about tea is that plant is Camellia sinensis, and it's like an evergreen bush, and it needs a certain climate. So our zone is like a 5 to a 6, and tea plants need like 7, 8, or 9. So although, you know, you could grow it in a greenhouse, I guess, here, or grow it and then make sure that it's kept at the proper temperature so it doesn't see our nasty Nova Scotia winters. However, I was thrilled to find out that there is a Canadian tea farm, like growing tea and selling tea. Unfortunately, it was completely out of stock. I emailed them because I was anxious to see if I could try some of that. It's in BC though, Duncan, BC. And if you look at a zoning map, they are in the zone that it could do it. The only place in Canada, it looks like, that could naturally do it outside. So they are in that 7, 8 range that could grow tea. So I hope someday I'm able to go visit there. So next up, our question comes from Debbie, and she wanted me to do a price comparison of this tea versus K-cup teas. So when looking at this tea, each bag is $39 Canadian, and it's 100 grams. They say you need 5 grams of their tea to make a cup of tea, so that means that there's approximately 20 cups in this. So if we do some quick math, we're at $1.95 per cup. $1.95, $1.95. The thing is this for sure is going to be $1.95 because I'm ingesting the whole tea. This one though, with the re-steeping, you can get that price down a little bit. But it's a high quality tea. It's beautiful. You actually have the full leaves. Like it's just, let's compare it to K-cups. So I went on Amazon to see what the pricing of different green teas in a K-cup would be. Twinings green tea K-cups from Amazon, 24 cups for $16.65, so 69 cents Canadian per cup, and Bigelow green tea was 98 cents per K-cup. With those K-cups, I'm going to say that you're going to do it once and you're probably not going to try to re-K-cup it. So yes, it's definitely cheaper depending on how you look at it and the value and what you're getting for your product. I did compare it to a bag tea. I looked at Tim's favorite, which is King Cole. You can get 20 bags for $3.99. Of course, all prices are Canadian. That equals 20 cents a cup. Yeah, I mean, the only thing I can say to that is long live the Queen. So value, I would definitely repurchase this for $40 a bag. I still think that it's a great deal. I am thrilled with this tea. I'm just amazed, like, you know, the blending of it, and, you know, I'm going to continue doing some different reviews, and I hope to be able to bring those back to you as well, but it is a delightful cup of tea. I have some tea to drink, so if you have any questions about this tea, please let me know. I would love to bring you back some answers. I will leave the links below for this company. Please know I am not affiliated with this company. This is my honest review of this tea, and I paid for this tea with my own hard-earned dollars. Dollar bills, y'all. So if you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. That would mean the world to me. And if you haven't already, please consider subscribing and bang that bell so that you get notified when I post new videos. Until next time, take care. Drinking some tea. Two cupping it. I love them both. I think the purple. No, the green.